Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, September 17th. Looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and the NQ. So, got more than I bargained for today, which ended up hurting me a bit. We'll go over that in a minute. First, let's go over how we ended up and then what transpired. First, righty ends up with a 9-wide point of control and an afternoon rally high in J. NQ goes out with an afternoon rally high in F and a double distribution day down. They end only 8 wide. ES goes out with just the double distribution day down. They had an afternoon rally high in J, which was taken back in the last few seconds. SPY actually took theirs. I'm sorry, SPY did not take theirs out. ES did. So SPY has the afternoon rally high in the single prints. So a couple things. I was a little surprised by the aggressiveness of the gap this morning. Okay. Both ES and NQ, they were decent-sized gaps. However, both the buyers were struggling early. Okay. Even though they one-time framed up A, B, and C, NQ didn't one-time frame up to C period. They did took a while to take out the IB to one-time frame up and take out the IB high, and that's all they really did. So I told the room I would not be surprised because our range was small if we got both sides of the initial balance. And we did. Where I was quite surprised is the severity that they not only took it out by, but kept going. I'm not surprised we filled the gaps. Said those were very good odds to fill the gaps. Okay? So when F did that, not surprised. But the pull down in F and G and NQ, and for the most part, G and ES really surprised me. Caught me off guard. I'll go over my trades in a minute. And then we spent 3 hours in G's range. Right? H, I, J, K, L, and M. Yeah, we went a little bit below it, a little bit above it, but 3 hours inside of it. Same with NQ. In fact, I went a little lower, but that's it. 3 hours. So, and another thing, the one thing I guess that shouldn't have surprised me is I made the comment, if we get into yesterday's range and value, there's a price vacuum. But it's always context we talk about, right? If we had gotten into it, say, in A period and B started one-time framing down, then I would not be surprised at all if we had come all the way down the way we did. But when you're 6 for 6 wide and you have the overnight high, the IB high, value, NQ had indices in their favor for a long time, that context did not suggest what happened in the afternoon. Does that make sense? Not going to always be right, I can tell you that, and I wasn't. So, based on those things, I was not expecting that kind of extension, right? Now, we've had large ranges, but today's range was rather small up until that point. So, I mean, I had a good day early. I didn't get killed, but it just wasn't a good day overall, both P&L wise and, I guess, seeing the market, because I did not expect them to do what they did to the downside. Now, we had lowered POC late in the day, and then we just raised it, I see, back up to 97 in ES. So I had a very good A period in NQ. And one other thing, and ES was acting much more accommodating than NQ, and I didn't trade it, and I should have. There were a couple of trades in ES that were definitely more accommodating because NQ was having a lot of trouble in B and C period. But A period was a good period. I took the long because we didn't open right near the overnight high to front run it and short it. I took the long to go get it. Then when we pulled back, I took a long against yesterday's overnight POC. Right? So that the overnight high worked, the POC worked, and then at 9:45 I took the long on a turnover because the indices were up and the market was trying to push higher, and it did. So it was a very good A period. I did nothing in B period. It was massive chop in NQ. ES was definitely better, as you can see. So I should have gotten on board that. Then C period, I took the long to get B's high. I took a 3 lot, and I got it. And I sold 2, so I took it before it took out B's high. I took 2 off because I didn't know if they wanted to get the IB right away. But when it started going, I wanted to add, and I could not get it, and then it just went. Now, I still had one, and it turned out to be a very good trade. But I would have added, if I was able to, I probably would have added a 3 lot again. I would have been long 4 when it popped it. It would have been a great trade, right? Because I said I'm trying to size up. But they were having trouble, so I started with 3, took 2 off, and then I was going to add 3 again, and she went. And then when it pulled back in C period, I took a long against the 144. Ended up losing on that, though, but not a lot. Okay. Then the trade that I gave back a lot was F period. Okay? I took a long against the gap fill. Okay? Started coming in more. I did not expect them, like I said, to go trend. I added, I didn't go full boat, but I added a couple of times, and it turned out, I finally took it off and gave back a bunch. So, again, P&L-wise is not good. And then after that, because what they did was surprising to me, my mental reserve was kind of spent. The only thing I did, I had a good H period. I scalped 3 shorts for about 16 points total in H, and then that was it. I'm like, this is not enticing to me, and I did nothing else. So it's not a bad day P&L-wise. It's more the fact of, you feel dirty when the market does something totally unexpected than what you thought it was going to do. But that's going to happen. Now, as far as our highs, all-time high, and by the way, the SPY, ES, SPX, and Dow all hit all-time highs today. And then we have a trend day down. So SPY's high is 37. That's the all-time high. Then we have single prints from 57.11 to, give me a second, 57.11 to 08. And then we have today's low of 77.75. In SPY, our high, which is an all-time high, is 566.58. Single prints, 564.07 to 563.75. Afternoon rally high, 563.18. And today's low of 560.79. And then chart-wise, so here's the monthly. Now, I had kept the line on the profile for a while because I said, I'm not calling the monthly or weekly up yet. It was a $55 range on the monthly. It was like a $25 range on the weekly as far as the balance. I said, I need some extension. And we got about $1.30 above it. I'm like, I don't want more. So we're going to wait. Right now, the monthly to me is still balanced. We'll see. Right? Last month's high, the all-time high is 564.20, right? No, I'm sorry. 565.16 was the all-time high back in July. Today's high is 566.58. I took it out by $1.50. Is that enough? Is that enough with that wider range for the balance? I say no. So I'm still calling it balance. Weekly, I'm using this week's low and that week's high. It was a $20-something balance. So again, am I going to call it up? And the answer is not yet. Okay? Let me see the balance side. Just give me a second. I'm going to still call it balance for now and see if we get any extension the rest of the week after the Fed and after expiration and everything. And then the daily, though, is still up. We are one-time framing up now for 4 days in ES. Light volume again, 45 million. So again, tomorrow's Fed day. I'll trade it like a regular day up until 2 o'clock, and then odds of me trading it afterwards probably go down dramatically. And this one, with the uncertainty of whether they're going to do 25, 50, or even 75, should make 2 o'clock pretty volatile. And then his press conference starts at 2:30. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.